Hi there, Mr. Ironic here. As I promised you, the next anime I'll be reviewing is Tokyo Ghoul. Before I begin the actual review, I want to make one thing clear. As the title says, this is the review of the first Tokyo Ghoul season. There will be no root A shit this video. Next time, as much as I like to do it, it's impossible for me to do a review for both seasons in one video. The two seasons are so different from each other that it just wouldn't work. So I'm gonna talk about them in separate videos. Here you have the first season, and the second one will come shortly after, I hope. So, let's get going. Tokyo, what a wonderful city. It has everything: culture, hentai, traditional food, hentai, Godzilla, robots, hentai, and oh, yeah, ghouls. Supreme predators that will not be satisfied until they get a bite of your foot, or neck, or your penis. Ghouls originate from the popular folklore. They are basically a combination of a vampire and a zombie. I'm no ghoul specialist, but I know for sure that, like in the anime, they eat humans in the traditional stories as well. Tokyo Ghoul is an anime that aired in the summer of 2014 and was created by mangaka Ishida Sui. Like every other anime passionate, I went through this series. After watching it, my main question was, what is this anime about? About ghouls that are eating people? About people that are murdering ghouls? And the answer is very vague, both and none. The story approaches a very complex narrative structure, letting you know the motivations and the past of both sides. Who is wrong and who is right? The humans for defending themselves, or the ghouls because they are trying to survive? The story doesn't give you any kind of directions. It presents no one as truly bad or truly good. Like in life, everybody has a motivation for doing what it does. Now, if those motivations are believable, or if they make any sense, it's another story. This is why the story, especially in the manga, it was so successful, because it keeps its neutrality and surprises you every time. The idea of making a hybrid between both species, it's an easy and common one, but it worked well for the series. Kaneki the Dork represents some kind of ambassador between the two worlds. He's living both a human and a ghoul's life, and he can put himself in both parties' shoes. And suddenly, the sadistic flesh-eating monsters are not so scary anymore. And the righteous humans, the CCG, become a bunch of ruthless murderers and psychos. Like every other common anime, the story tries to put a good-for-nothing kid, till the last episode, in some situations that are too much for him. The story is full of cliches and narrative mistakes that would make this review last till Easter if I would talk about all of them. Best example of a very wrong thing with Tokyo Ghoul is Tsukushima. I don't know why the Ghoul god they made him like this. That Ghoul gives a new sense to the word freak. There were a lot of scenes that had no purpose and no narrative progression, and please don't make me talk about all the emotional bullshit moments that were so forced that even Yoda would be jealous. So yeah, it had a lot of mistakes. But surprisingly, some good parts too. The atmosphere of the show is original and it catches you. I am very pleased that they chose another monster instead of the classical vampire or zombie. I think that I need a decade without vampire movies or animes to have again a good opinion about them. Anteiku, the friendly ghouls safe zone, it's a very cheerful and warm place, but hides a lot of secrets and pain. The characters, some of them, have some kind of believable evolution that makes them stand out. The main protagonist is a very shallow character at the beginning. The classical good-for-nothing door protagonist who can see the both sides of the coin. He has no combat abilities, and he is always looking for the peaceful solution. This is the reason he is letting others to step on him. All of these characteristics of Kaneki changes when he realized through a dreamlike poetical sequence and his subconscious part of Rize that all this time he was a pussy and it's time for a attitude change. After a very long and hard metamorphosis process, he leaves behind his old self and realizes that the peaceful method will not be enough to protect his nakama. He became a fucking white-haired beast that symbolized the changes he went through and the stress of being tortured, and wipe out the floor with Jason. After the ending scene we realize why the old pussy Kaneki was so important. Think about it. If he wasn't how he was for 11 episodes, would the scene be as cool as it is now? Or as relevant, beautiful and with so much impact? I don't think so. We were so shocked because we knew that this is not the character we were used to deal with until now. The first season of Tokyo Ghoul is, in my opinion, a decent one. It kinda respected all the manga evolution, which was adapted okay. The really bad part comes in the second season, which was nowhere near the first. Thank you for your attention and please don't forget, next time you're visiting Tokyo, take your anti-ghoul spray with you. Don't forget to subscribe and have a nice day.